Here we are, back at my favorite park in the world. For the 6th straight year, I've come here for their Smoky Mountain Christmas. I've never been here at any other time, but this is easily the best Christmas event of any park, at least in this country. This is a Sunday on these $5 county days, so I do expect it to be a little busy. The reason why I do this instead of Lightning Rod or Thunderhead, because everybody else is doing Lightning Rod and Thunderhead first. So I come to the back of the park. It'll take a lot of people a while to get back here. In the meantime, I can marathon this. I should start with Big Bear Mountain because I didn't get to ride that last year because it was closed. And again, the next 2 days, Fire Chaser Express may not operate at all because it has to reach 40 degrees for this to operate, and it has to stay in the 40s. We're not going to get much of that the next 2 days. Big Bear Mountain can go down a few more degrees, and that'll probably be all right for Tuesday to run. Last year, spending a whole week here, I had the best time ever, but to not get to ride Big Bear Mountain, that was the one disappointment. I did get to ride it 2 years ago when I was here, and I was very impressed with it. So it was upsetting to not get to ride it last year, but I still had just the best time at this park. One of the most crowd-pleasing roller coasters ever to be built. Thrill seekers love it, the kids love it. This might be the perfect roller coaster. And because of that, I'm gonna wait till later on to ride it. It's a full queue. It's understandable. The county $5 days, a weekend, and I got all week here, even though this probably will not operate tomorrow or Tuesday. There are some lines here. Wild Eagle wasn't too bad. Tennessee Tornado has gotten crazy because they're in one train ops. Lightning Rod doesn't look like it's too bad. I got last ride of the night on Big Bear Mountain. Coming into the last 2 hours of the day, I only had 6 coaster rides because of some breakdowns and some modestly long lines that just ate up a lot of time. But here in the last 2 hours, did 13 rides on Big Bear Mountain and 1 on Dragonflyer. Big Bear Mountain's line basically disappeared at about 7:40. My first 2 rides, I waited about 15 minutes, and then those last 11 rides were total walk-ons. So that's how crazy I am today. I did 1 ride on Lightning Rod, 0 on Thunderhead, and 13 on Big Bear Mountain. A part of that is because last year, didn't get to ride Big Bear Mountain at all. The ride was down for about 2 months, actually. Somehow they got it back open before Christmas break. However, Mystery Mine is having season-ending surgery. It is down for the rest of the year. Yeah, the weather's perfect today. It's snowing and probably 32 for a high. So, of course, gonna do the indoor shows the whole day. I could have just stayed at the hotel for the day, but why do that? As expected, the only rides that are gonna operate today are a few of the flat rides, including the Drop Tower and Blazing Fury. But there are plenty of indoor shows. I was kind of wondering if I might be one of like 20 people that show up to the park today. There's enough people here that it doesn't feel empty. For anyone who's in the area that decided not to come to Dollywood today, I feel sorry for them. Yes, the rides are not going to operate on a day like this, but you got to come just to check this out. This is so cool. If I say the rides won't operate, the Drop Tower will, as long as it's above 5 degrees. It's been like 2 minutes and the snow already let up quite a bit. Wow, it's really picked up a lot in the last couple minutes. The thing I don't like about that is that every single restraint is up. So they would have to pull down every single restraint except mine. I don't think I'm gonna put them through that. That's rough on them too. So my first ever park visit where I did not do a single ride. Just did shows. Hardly any rides were open. And it makes sense. We're down to like 25 degrees. It snowed quite a bit today. And they're probably worried that it's gonna freeze on the ground. So park closed a couple hours early. So this is all snow here, freshly fallen. That is so cool with the snow in it.
That'll be fun, but I have limited time here.
All right, this day is gonna be much warmer. We're actually gonna hit 40 degrees today. So rides should be able to open today, but probably not quite yet. Probably need another hour, so I'll go into the show. Got 5 laps in, about 45 minutes on Thunderhead. 1 train ops, but I was getting on the next one each time. And you do have to walk around. They don't let you just stay on the train here. It is pretty chilly. So probably about 6 o'clock, everything will have to shut down again, except for things like the Drop Tower, Blazing Fury, and some of the other flat rides. So in an hour and a half, I got 10 rides on Big Bear Mountain and 2 on Dragon Flyer. And I can see track pieces over there next door for the new ride coming in next year. So the first 8 laps that I got on Big Bear Mountain were a walk-on. Last 2 had about a 2 to 3 train wait, no big deal. And Fire Chaser Express has been a total walk-on. Did 4 laps in about 20 minutes. Fire Chaser Express and Big Bear Mountain are great to do on these slow days. And I'm a broken record here. Wild Eagle, a walk-on. Tennessee Tornado, a walk-on, even on 1 train ops. And as the sun is setting over on this end of the park, it looks spectacular. It'll look even better right after sunset. But this is just such an incredible view, looking at Fire Chaser Express in the sun while we're down here in the shade. Tennessee Tornado gets an early sunset. That was where I noticed this view. I've done so many laps on so many coasters today. At least 5 on all my favorites. Did 2 on Dragon Flyer. But I have not ridden Lightning Rod yet today. Got my friend coming in tomorrow, and I have a feeling we're gonna be here a lot that day. Got 3 hours and 10 minutes left of park time. That's enough time to get a lot of Lightning Rod rides if it's able to stay operational. Well, I have been on a roll with this ride on this trip. It just broke down again. This is the 4th time that it's broken down with me in line. I thought the chain lift was supposed to stop the breakdowns. When it was a launch, I basically never saw this breakdown, not for mechanical reasons. Saw it break down one time because some idiot had their phone out, but never for a mechanical reason. Not when I was here. I know that that's not the norm. But with chain lift Lightning Rod, it's been going down a lot on me. It is very quiet here at 8 o'clock. People just can't handle the cold. If only they were from Oklahoma, we can handle this kind of cold just fine. It gets way colder than this. It's like 36 degrees, no big deal at all. I was able to get my 10th ride on Wild Eagle of the day, right as they were about to call it for temperature. It had just hit 34 degrees. We came back in and they said that it was gonna be down because of temperature. So we were the last ride of the night. About half hour before closing, there's me and 3 other people, and we got the last ride of the night, right as it was hitting 34 degrees, which is their limit where they have to shut down. I didn't do any filming at all yesterday, which was Wednesday. It was just like all the other days around this time of year. Basically no waits all day long for anything. At one point there's like a 2-train wait on Big Bear Mountain, but basically not waiting for anything all day. This morning was more of the same, but I've been checking out Mountain Highway. They're here today and tomorrow only. Saw them last year here, really liked them. So definitely wanted to check them out again today. So that was a tiring last 3 hours of the day, getting I think 23 laps on coasters, 10 on Thunderhead, 6 on Lightning Rod there at the end, waiting out a breakdown. Not as exhausting as my friend who did 12 more laps, or 13 more coaster laps than me on the day. They're playing my song, Hard Candy Christmas. Last time I'll see this park at night for a while. And Santa's up there again. All right, my last day at Dollywood with my 2025 pass. Currently, I am not planning to come back here next year, although I don't know how I can't. It's my favorite park in the world. I thought Busch Gardens Williamsburg gave it competition, but really, no. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is an easy number 2, but nothing tops Dollywood for me. Nothing else even comes close. So on this visit to Dollywood, I had basically 4 days of riding, and the one day that no rides were operating. One of those 4 days, the riding hours were shortened. Started late and ended early because of weather. And now today, I don't have much time here, so not gonna get too many rides in. Did 2 on Dragonflyer. Big Bear Mountain built up a line pretty quickly there. But that's okay, because I've already gotten more than my share of laps on that. So for this visit, in that time, I did 7 rides on Dragonflyer and at least 10 rides on Tennessee Tornado and Fire Chaser Express, and over 20 on Big Bear Mountain, Lightning Rod, Thunderhead, and Wild Eagle. Big Bear Mountain is 27 laps, but I was making up for lost time because I didn't get to ride Big Bear Mountain at all last year with 5 full days of riding. Weather is perfect today, and it's a Friday. It's gonna bring out bigger crowds than I saw on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If only Dragonflyer were going through this at the same time. So yet another great visit to Dollywood. If you ride Dragonflyer, try to get the back row. It is far more forceful back there. Back row, right seat. You actually get some air time on that twisted drop. I gotta give Dollywood a lot of credit. Even on those slow days of yesterday and Wednesday, still running 2 trains, if they could, on like Thunderhead and Lightning Rod. At Silver Dollar City, you're gonna have Outlaw Run and Wildfire on 1 train ops almost all the time. But here at Dollywood, the line that would be short with 1 train ops becomes no line on 2 train ops, and they go ahead and do 2 trains, as long as they're able to. And Thunderhead riding amazing on this visit. Lightning Rod's running amazing.
Let's go, guys.
So that's it from Dollywood, the happiest place on Earth. The most magical place on Earth. Well, I guess both of those are taken. Let's just call it the best place on Earth.